They call it the Temple of Speed, and the pilgrims have come to worship. It's all about the speed today. Qualifying awaits us. Welcome to Monza for the Italian Grand Prix.
Hello everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back once again to my F1 24 career mode. This is Season 2, Round 10. We are now at Monza. This is the Italian Grand Prix. If you haven't seen the last one, then do be sure to check that one out before you see this one. So, the Dutch Grand Prix, it ended in heartbreak really, didn't it? We were looking good for P6, but a mistake on the final lap knocked us out of the points. But I'm here, I'm refreshed, I'm good to go for the next race, so let's give it our best. Our first lap was really a lot less than our best, but here we are in our second lap. We got a purple first, green second. We're nearly a second and a half to the good, and as we cross the line, it is P1. That just shows how close the field is, that amount of time gained made all the difference between one end of the field and the other. It is so close here. Right, into Q2, heading round Ascari. It's been a very decent lap so far, and I feel like this is going to be more than enough to sneak us into Q3. I should also remind you that I'm pushing hard because I have had to change one component. As a result, we have got a grid penalty here, so the change of one component has meant that we have got to take 10 places, which is fine. If we get pole, we'll start 11th, and pole is what I'm aiming for here, and pole is looking likely to be what we're going to get, especially as we were 4 tenths up in Q2 on Charles Leclerc, our teammate. Stroll, though, however, didn't make it through. Neither did George Russell with the Mercedes, which is a shock. But here we are in Q3, and we're on target for pole once again. The lap has been nothing short of brilliant, and as we throw it round Parabolica, let the car lean on the outside apex, across the line, it is pole position. Damage is limited, so we will be starting 11th for this race, but we've limited the damage by starting and getting the fastest lap. So if we can, with the pace we've got, I'm confident that we can make our way back through at least to second and maybe even challenge for the win. We got a long race ahead of us, so opportunities are surely going to head our way. But big shout to the two Saubers in 6th and 7th. That's a great qualifying for them too.
A difficult race awaits these drivers here in Monza, but glory awaits too at the Italian Grand Prix. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, Ocon, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Perez, Hamilton, Stroll, Sunshine, Russell, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Gasly, Hülkenberg, Théo Pourchaire, Magnussen, Joe, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. Now, you'll remember back from your racing days, Ant, working with the team and getting to know them is oh so important. And that's what this driver's going through at the moment. And I think one thing we are seeing with this driver at the moment is that they're very much embedded within the team. They know the team knows them, and it's working wonderfully. Let's look at their season and...
Okay, as you know, this is the team's home race, which means it's extra
Starting 11 on the Tifosi home ground. Can we give them something to cheer about? 27 laps lie ahead, and we are underway here at the Italian Grand Prix, and Stroll and Perez getting quite slow starts there. That's going to help us out nicely as we head down towards turn 1, trying to gain a couple of positions. I'm trying to brake as late as I dare and maybe have a look where there's space around Piastri, but there is no space that exists. I've got in tight into the chicane, but I have gained 1 place. Stroll might have passed me back but we're still one place up ahead of Perez. So we're up into P10, and I'm already going to be challenging Stroll into the chicane, where the pack tend to back up a bit. I'm down the inside, and we're up into P9. And there's a big battle going on ahead, which backed things up a bit there. And I was thinking maybe I could have a look at Oscar Piastri, but there is no such luck there. Not at the moment anyway. It's the first lap of this Italian Grand Prix, and we're up 2 places, so that'll do as a start. But we need to keep moving forward. We need to keep this momentum going. And it looks like Hamilton, Piastri, and a couple of other cars there are getting a little bit into it. I think that might be Hamilton having a look at one of the Saubers. Unsure from here. But as we come to complete lap 1, we're still in P9, so we've still got a position gain from this start. I'm saving what I can of my battery for the main straight. We're just going to drain it and hope that we catch someone off guard here. Charles Leclerc leading at the end of the first lap. And as we go into lap 2 now, we're already having a look at Lewis Hamilton round the outside of the chicane. We might even be able to catch Oscar Piastri off guard with a bit of late braking here. And that is exactly what we've done. We've swept round the outside of the pair of them, and we've moved ourselves into P7. And now we start charging after Fernando Alonso and Carlos Sainz. But Lewis Hamilton doesn't look like he's done with me yet. Hamilton coming back at me. Hamilton taking a go down the inside, and Hamilton getting past me round the Parabolica. He's going to have the advantage of DRS. No, we've still got the DRS, luckily. So I've been able to take that back and even build a little bit further of a gap on the straight. Sainz and Alonso are still battling, and that's allowing me to catch up with them. So far, 3 laps in lap 3, we are up 4 places. This is a great start for us, and this is the momentum we need to carry forward. But for now, we've got a chance to just show what pace we've got here. And as we come out of the last corner, we're in the DRS of the cars in front. But what we've essentially done as Ocon sets the fastest lap, immediately to be beaten by mine, is we've brought Hamilton and co with us. Alonso and Sainz battling again, and Alonso wins out in favour here. Can we go around the outside of Sainz and catch him off guard? No, we can't. We banged wheels with his left rear wheel, Warning, collision with Sainz. That's fair, but now we're going to stay within his slipstream round the Curva Grande and have a look into the second chicane. Sainz covers. We go to the outside, we brake late, we sweep round the outside and take P6. That was a good overtake. Next is Fernando Alonso. We are storming through the field here, and we are only on lap 4. So we have made great ground here, as I'm now going to use the DRS and drain the battery to catch up with Fernando Alonso. Can we do it here? Using everything at our disposal to try and get past the Aston Martin round the outside of turn 1, and we complete the move, moving into P5. Alonso fighting me with everything he's got, but in the end he has to succumb to the inevitable, and it's Ocon and Verstappen fighting over third. Esteban Ocon working wonders in that Sauber, working the miracles that I was pulling off. Maybe a potential my team teammate in future? Who knows? But right now I'm hunting down Ocon and Verstappen, but Fernando Alonso is wanting something to say about it. But we're going to brake later and sweep round Ascari, not giving him a chance to have a say in it, because I'm more interested in getting after Ocon and Verstappen than I am dealing with the likes of Fernando Alonso. However, we have got quite a bit clear of George Russell, but look at this. Alonso is not willing to give it up. He's going to the left of the outside of Parabolica. I've let him go because now he's ahead at the detection point, which gives me a very lovely dose of DRS. A nice wet bit of slipstream. Activate overtake, DRS open, down the inside, we blast past, and Alonso, well, this is what he thinks of that. Well, Alonso's fought aside. We have now caught up with Ocon and Verstappen, and we're racing for third. Max Verstappen having a look down the inside of Ocon, both of them side by side round the first chicane. I think Verstappen has got the move done, but now that leaves Ocon nice and vulnerable to us, and I like him vulnerable as we head round the Curva Grande. getting in the slipstream. Ocon covering one way than the other. I'm going to dive down the inside of the pair of them. What a brave and bold move. Down the inside of the second chicane. We are now into P3. But on the flip side of it, we have got a long queue of cars behind us now. Each of them wanting a go at P3. But someone who's not going to get it is this AlphaTauri that's coming to a stop. I believe that's Yuki Tsunoda, so he's out of the race. We're now pitting, anticipating a potential safety car, which didn't come out in the end, but we're on a nice set of hard tyres and ready to go to the finish. And this pit lane feels so slow when you consider the speeds they're going down that long straight. But for now, for a couple of seconds, we've got a clear bit of track. And we're going to use that to try and catch up with the two leaders, which are Norris and Leclerc. And we had enough trouble trying to catch them at Zandvoort. Thankfully, a few cars that were right in front of us there are pitting in. Now we're having a go at Théo Pourchaire down the inside. And are we going to be able to take Piastri too? Yes, we are. We somehow do that without running off the circuit. Really feeling confident under brakes. Lando Norris is 3.6 ahead, so game on in the attempt to catch him. I'm going to be giving it everything this Ferrari has got, and I can feel the Tifosi cheering me on, chanting for a Ferrari 1-2. But they're also getting a massive headache in the fact that Lando Norris will not get off the rear of Charles Leclerc, and that is a Haas pulling off to retire. I believe that is Kevin Magnussen. Rotten luck for him. The Haas just grinding to a halt. But as the laps go on, we're getting ever closer to the battling duo ahead, which at the moment is now being headed by Lando Norris. The Tifosi, I'm sure, will be cursing at him right now as Charles Leclerc stays with him. And the more these two fight, the more they bring me into this. The more we have a chance at securing an Italian Grand Prix victory in front of the Tifosi, which is what we want here. Verstappen and Ocon have really dropped back behind us now. The three of us are in our own race, and Charles Leclerc is racing Norris once again. But look at this, they're racing each other, and we're now right with them as we power down the main straight. Leclerc going one side, Norris going the other. There's no way through for us, so I'm just having to sit back and try not to run into anyone. Leclerc at the moment looks like he's going to hold on to the lead. Norris back in second, and we're going to use the Curva Grande to slipstream Lando Norris and attack the McLaren driver. Round the outside we're going. Norris is covering with everything he's got, but we're now running round the outside and completing the move. Norris banging wheels with me there, almost trying, I think, to run me off of road, but it didn't work out. And now we're in P2, and we can start applying the pressure to our teammate. I'm not playing the team game here. This is a championship fight, and if Leclerc wins this one, it is pretty much all over for us. So we're now going around the outside of our teammate, and the Tifosi in the crowd will have an even bigger headache now because the two fabled red cars are fighting each other. And they won't know what to root for. Norris is now getting involved in this as well. Norris wants a piece of this action. There is no way through Leclerc here just yet, and we've only got 4 laps to do it. As we now complete lap 24, there's only 3 laps to do it. But we're now down the main straight. We're trying to look to the inside of Leclerc. He covers, we go down the left and complete the move before the chicane. Into the race lead we go with 3 laps left to run of this Italian Grand Prix. Leclerc in second, Norris just having to sit back in third. It is not happening for him. Leclerc edging closer, trying to find a way back past us, but at the moment no such way exists as we head towards the Ascari. Is Charles Leclerc capable of doing anything there? Yes, he's having a look down the inside, and Leclerc getting that done. Okay, so we've got a bit more of a headache now to try and get this win. And the Tifosi, well, they're going to be loving this as a fight for first, and it looks like being a Ferrari 1-2, providing we don't take each other out. Let's hope we don't. as we now begin the penultimate lap of this Italian Grand Prix. Fighting so hard to get this win. We've got overtake, we've got DRS, we've got a great run here at Charles Leclerc, and we're going to blast through into the lead with 2 laps left to run, and we hold on to that lead now. Just a couple of laps left to run, just a few miles left if we can hold it and secure an amazing 1-2 on Ferrari's home ground. Leclerc's having another go! Down to Ascari and Leclerc making it through. This is going to be very difficult for us to win here. But now we're coming down towards the Parabolica to begin the final lap. It's swap and re-swap here. I don't want to do it yet. I don't want to pass before the DRS zone. Leclerc goes to defend the Parabolica, and he defended that one a bit early. He's got half a second advantage as we come down the straight to begin the final lap. And Charles Leclerc covers, but there's not a lot he can do as we're through down the straight before we even get to the braking spot, and we take the lead of this Italian Grand Prix on this final lap. Leclerc is throwing everything he can to get past us, but it's just not happening. Lando Norris has faded into the background now. I think he has waved a white flag. He will settle for third here. Leclerc's got one final chance at DRS. It's not happening. We're heading towards the Parabolica. We started this race in P11. It looked unlikely we could take a win. Maybe second at best for a Ferrari 1-2. But I fought my way through the field. And as we head round the Parabolica, Leclerc is throwing everything at me. There's nothing he can do. We won in Spa. We win in Monza. And what a win that is to grab from 11th on the grid. Get in.
Oh, superb driving. That is the race win, my friend. Well done.
They made great use of the clear air today and didn't allow anyone to exploit the slipstream behind them. What a great win here at Monza.
To do it as a team on home soil, that really means something special, and you can see how much it means to them, the drivers involved as well. Great job by them today, of course, as always, but for the fans watching on too, a great display of teamwork here today.
Here come our winners now, a thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. With that, we wrap up
Oh, I need to catch my breath back after that one. What a win. What a way to win too. Starting 11th, taking the fastest lap and grabbing the win. Maximum points taken from here. Leclerc will have to settle for second and a little nibble taken out of his lead. Norris is third in the end with Max Verstappen fourth, Alonso fifth, Ocon superb drive in sixth. Then it's the two Mercedes, Hamilton, Russell, Perez and Stroll completing the top 10. And I said Magnussen pulled off to retire. I do apologise. It was Hulkenberg. I wasn't sure which AlphaTauri it was. I hope I called that right, but Ricciardo finished as well, so it was Tsunoda that pulled off. Leclerc then still leading the championship, 6 points to Norris, but that gap is coming down to us now. This is a three-way fight in this title between myself, Leclerc and Norris. Who is going to take it? Verstappen losing a bit of ground here. Russell losing even more ground in fifth. Alonso in sixth. Then it's Piastri, Perez, Hamilton and Esteban Ocon with that result, putting himself in the top 10. That was an amazing drive by the Sauber. And then it's Stroll, Tsunoda, Zhou and Sainz next up down there. I'm surprised that Sainz is that far down because he's been there or thereabouts and qualified there or thereabouts quite a lot. So I'm surprised to see him that low down. But in the Constructors, full marks for Ferrari, extending the lead to McLaren, just making sure they know they can forget about it. Red Bull, bit out of touch now in third. Then Mercedes and Aston Martin, 4th and 5th. Well, thank you for watching this instalment of Career Mode. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you're new here, and you want to see more content from me. And until the next time, I've been Joe. Thank you once again for watching. TTFN, ta-ta for now. Take care, see you all soon, enjoy the rest of your day.